if Hindus have a powerful traditional medicine system, why do they still visit modern hospitals?
It's a problem with Hindus. You know, I was taken aback. I was so surprised when we met this officer from the health ministry in Indonesia. And she said that 70% of Indonesians,
The population of Indonesia.
70% of people who get sick in Indonesia, they don't opt for conventional medicine.
Yes.
They look for jamu, they look for herbs.
Yeah.
70%, overwhelming.
Yeah.
So all the hospitals that you see, all the doctors that you see, they are just serving 30% of the population.
And our acquaintances mostly are the 30%.
Exactly. So that's our problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And I think this question should be put to Indian government.
Yes.
Yeah, this question cannot be put to any other government because all other governments are turning into traditional medicine.
Now, how would a Hindu respond to the following allegations? Hindus are dirty because they eat with their hands.
Oh, wait. That is your subject. You like that, okay?
I love that.
You love that, and you have a point there, although I don't normally eat with hand unless Upasana is cooking, what do you call this, kangkung, then I eat with hand. But you will eat everything with hand.
Yes.
Okay, explain.
Hands are there. We were born with hands to serve something, Guruji. Basically, if we're talking about an Ayurvedic system, same thing as when we are doing puja. We're supposed to involve all our senses, all
Yes.
our senses.
Yeah.
It is the same thing when we eat.
True.
Because we eat not only with our mouth, but we eat with our eyes. That's why the color of the food should be colorful. And then the sensory, the hands actually need to
Yeah,
experience.
but please explain. Please teach them how to eat properly. Not like this and then not like that, okay?
And also, after eating with the hand, please don't take the spoon
Yes.
with the same
Yes.
hand. Yeah.
You just or fill your thali with whatever you want to eat.
Yeah.
And then don't go for second serving.
Yeah. Or let someone serve.
No, don't go for
Okay,
second
don't,
serving.
okay,
Yeah.
don't go. So basically, it is to do with engaging
Exactly.
all the senses. That is
Exactly.
why it is actually not dirty. It is actually the healthiest
Yeah.
form of eating.
Okay. Go on, move on.
I'm loving this.
Yeah.
Hindus are cow pee drinkers.
Good. That's great. It has been proven now
Yeah.
that there are so many benefits. In fact, you'll be surprised, whoever is asking this question, he or she, be surprised that until very recently, cough syrup was made from human urine.
So what's worse, cow's urine or human urine?
Exactly. There are certain things which you have to use now. A lot of things, if you know exactly, if you know how to decipher whatever is written on the the small paper inside the boxes
The
of
leaflet.
medicine,
The leaflet.
If you can read all there, a lot of things are being used there.
True. It's just they're using jargons
Yeah.
and Latin names, but actually it says human
True.
pee.
True.
Yeah, and Agori practitioners eat corpses.
This is a totally different sadhana.
Yes.
Okay? Not everybody is accepted as a Agori. Not everybody can become an Agori. This is a totally different sadhana, and that sadhana is meant only for those who have left their homes. They have gone, left the society, So this is totally different sadhana. It is not a norm. It is not a mainstream.
It is
at
not
all.
mainstream. Basically, it's not mainstream,
True.
and it's not for everyone.
Not for everyone.
17. Why do Hindus practice 16 days staying of isolation and prayer when someone dies?
I think you can explain that because you have done some study on that. But at the same time, from my point of view is, sometimes they say 11 days, sometimes 12 days. 16 is not rule of thumb. Some people just keep it for 7 days, some only for 3 days. But from my point of view, that the jivatma that has left the body, it is still hovering around if the jivatma is still attached to the body. And this jivatma has to be made aware that he has left the body, it has left the body. There's no way for the jivatma to go back to the same body. And during those days, the prayers are being said, the chants are there to make the jivatma realize to move on.
Well, basically, it's the same explanation. It's just the additional explanation is when someone dies. That is why it's very important that you have to cremate it immediately, because when one dies, it decays, right? When in the process of decaying, there are actually bacteria that is hovering around in the place where the corpse lies. And it is also why that the families of the mourning were not allowed to cook. Because, again, the food will be contaminated. That is why it is recommended that other people will bring the food. And on the 16 days also for isolation, it is to be given the time for the mourners to mourn, basically. A lot of people have mental emotional problems because they actually do not even have time to mourn the loss of the loved ones. And also, like what you were explaining, it gives also the time for the soul, the Atma who's like still hovering around, to listen to the loved ones reciting prayers and all that, and realizing, oh my God, I'm dead already. And that is the explanation. And interestingly, I found this actually in Mahabharata, all this explanation. And then when you go to the scientific explanation of it, of course, when there's a decaying body, it is bacteria is all around. And psychologically, again, people who mourn have to have the time, has to be given the time to mourn.
True. And now I think physically, from the medical point of view also, now somebody is having infected, or even if it is suspected to have infected some virus or something, supposed to isolate himself for 14 days, 15 days.
Yes. It gives the time.
Gives the time to
recuperate and to strengthen all the immune system and all that. Yeah.
So if the family is in touch, this man has been lying, perhaps in coma, perhaps sick, so there has been some interaction with the body.
The body, exactly.
The body, so you need some time to recuperate.
Yes, basically all this pandemic, it's actually giving us many explanations about such questions that we couldn't explain previously.
About namaskar and all that.
Yeah. Basically, it's interesting when we talk about Sanatana Dharma. It is actually not a material way of seeing things. Not a materialistic way of seeing things.
True.
Shouldn't we call that Sanatana Dharma actually spiritual?
It is. This is what Guru Nanak put it in very beautifully in Punjabi language. There are two types of people, Manmukh and Gurumukh. Manmukh is one who is materialistic, who is following his mind. Mind is matter. Even Buddha says mind is dhatu, is matter. In, I think it was the Hridaya Sutra, he says mind also is dhatu. So, mind is matter, it's not mind over matter. Mind is still matter, subtle matter, is still matter. And so if you're looking at the world with this kind of outlook, then this matter, the achar matter, the immovable matter becomes more important. You get attached to the immovable matter. But if you change your outlook towards life, you see everything as manifestation of the same divinity, then it is Sanatana Dharma. Then it is Gurumukh, looking through the eyes of your Guru.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you.
I think that is all for the frequently asked questions.